We have been warned year after year of things that are coming to pass. And somebody said history may repeat itself if we haven't fixed it. I want to tell you something. This book right here, The Great Influenza. In 1918, there was an epidemic that took place worldwide and affected the United States like no other epidemic in history. Well, guess what? The experts are saying that in 1918, the epidemic that killed millions of people could be repeated in this time. Could this coronavirus be that epidemic that can kill millions of people? I don't know. But one thing I do know is that we need to have experts warning us, what is it that is happening in the world? What is it that the Bible is telling us that is happening? And how do we interpret the times that we're in? I'm all about having fun and entertaining people and whatnot, and that's great. But there's a time where we need to take life a little bit serious and try to stop everything that is happening in our lives and maybe stop and ask ourselves a question. Could we be living in the book of Revelation? I went back and started reading. As you can see, my book is marked, reading, trying to understand what really took place. What happened? Did they not warn the people? Did they keep the truth from us? And is that happening right now? Are they keeping the truth from us, from this epidemic taking place that can kill millions of people? This is what's happening in Wuhan, China. Watch this.
China's health commission is warning the ability of the deadly coronavirus to spread is getting stronger.
Our greatest concern is the potential for the virus to spread to countries with weaker health systems.
If it comes to America, and it already has, we don't have a vaccine for it, and they can't produce the vaccine fast enough.
We're a year away from a vaccine.
I think the honest answer is we don't know if it's controllable yet. I think we should also be planning for the possibility that it's not controllable and that it will spread to other parts of the world.
The 38-year-old female Chinese patient under investigation, or PUI, is positive for the novel coronavirus.
But this novel coronavirus, meaning one that has not been seen before, was attributed to a lot of cases of upper respiratory tract infection. Some pneumonias were reported.
How quickly and how widely can it spread?
We're very likely to see the case count go up and to see more countries reporting cases. We know that infectious diseases like to take advantage of travel patterns of humans, and this does appear to have some ability to spread between humans, so I do anticipate case counts rising.
A 55-year-old South Korean man was brought in last Friday and has been confirmed with the virus after traveling from Wuhan.
We know it's contagious enough that it can be transmitted from person to person, but the question of how easily is it transmitted from person to person still remains unknown.
Yes, we have seen a dramatic increase, about 1,000 new cases every day that we are seeing, and it has led President Xi Jinping to describe this as a devil virus, and he's vowed to try and eliminate it as soon as possible.
The sickness that started in their city has built in strength and seeped out, sending infection rates in China rocketing 50% in just 24 hours.
The symptoms you get, Tucker, are fever, sore throat, cough, shortness of breath. Sounds like any respiratory virus,
yes.
Right? And that's the problem.
You could be contagious even before you know you're sick.
Oh, man.
And that takes a lot of the rules we use to protect each other, like don't sit next to people who are ill, look for temperatures at the airports. Those go away.
The worst case scenario is that we would continue to see more and more case counts occur. We would see more countries report cases. We would see more severe illness. And we would find that this becomes much more difficult to control.
As a precautionary principle, we have to be prepared that this particular epidemic may be about to become a global epidemic. We are looking at substantial, draconian measures limiting population mobility that should be taken sooner rather than later.
And that is what's happening right now in Wuhan, China, and more developments are taking place faster than you and I can probably breathe. Could this epidemic be worse than the Spanish flu that happened in 1918?
In 1918, we had airplanes, but they weren't common. They were primarily used in war and to deliver the mail. We now have jets that can cross from
We got
one pole to the
boats.
other. We move around constantly.
Right.
Remember what Jesus said, when knowledge increases and people go to and fro?
Yeah.
We're doing that now. We're all zipping all over the place, not just physically, but virtually with the internet. Now that you can travel from China to the United States or to anywhere in the world in a matter of 12 hours or less, you can bring your viruses with you in a matter of 12 hours or less. And now that we are being told that coronavirus, this novel coronavirus, is not necessarily going to show symptoms, when you're still shedding virus, you're already starting to be infective without showing any sign that you're sick. That's a very, very dangerous spot, because most airlines are depending upon scanning you with a little thermal reader and seeing if you have a fever or not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're spraying some of this to get off the plane.
So we could be facing something more deadlier than the 1918 due to technology being advanced. That means we have cruises that are being quarantined.
Yes.
Right? We have buses, we have trains, we have airplanes, commercial airplanes. This can shut down America.
It really could.
What they're saying is, and based on the papers that you read, and these are being put out by virologists and epidemiologists, not all are peer-reviewed. They're trying to get the information out faster than the peer review process normally takes.
Wow.
But they're saying that the case mortality rate can be up to 4 times higher than it was for the Spanish flu. They're estimating, and this is very early information based on the first 100 deaths or so, that the case fatality rate may be as high as 11%. The Spanish flu was estimated at about 2.5%.
Oh my.
They're also estimating that what they call the R0 value, which is the number of people infected by an average person who's sick, could be as high as 3.8, whereas with the Spanish flu, it was estimated at 1.8. So you've got something that's more transmissible, possibly more deadly, in a population that's 4 times, the world population's 4 times what it was 100 years ago, and we can move around a lot easier than we could 100 years ago. So it's a perfect storm.